It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 98. Let me just make sure I'm getting the number right. Yeah, Q&A number 98. Now, let me just pull everything up again. Where did my... There we go. There we go. Okay, so as always, we'll be talking about Walking Dead stuff mostly, but recent news about the casting for Alpha, Beta, and Lydia. I will do a video later tonight about that specifically, so stay tuned for that. But if there are any questions right now in the chat, I would answer any questions, so it's not just Fear the Walking Dead. I know we're going into a Fear the Walking Dead episode, but in this specific live stream Q&A, we can talk about the casting information or news as well. Animated Alex says hello. Hello, how are you? Glad you could join. There's about three of us, or three of you guys that are watching right now. Hopefully we'll get more people as we get into this live stream. So yeah, as always, you can ask your questions and we'll go from there. Animated Alex says pretty good. Hopefully this angle for the new, or the new angle that I have for this camera works. I did some shifting around, moving around, which is why I missed my last week's reaction. For those of you that might have noticed, last week I was supposed to put a reaction up for the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, but because I was moving things around, my connections were screwed up, and so the audio on my reaction didn't work, and I didn't realize until I was editing, so I ended up missing that reaction completely. But, like I said, I am trying something new, moving things around. Hopefully this angle works better in terms of the lighting and in terms of where everything is and stuff. Animated Alex, the camera looks higher quality. Yeah, that's what I was going for. It's the same camera, just different angle, different lighting. So, I'm glad that you guys could see that the quality looks better, which is good. That's what I was going for. There's 3 people watching, but no questions yet. Last week, I think it was, who was it? I think it was Giuseppe De Rosa, who carried the whole live stream, I think. I might have been wrong about that. I'll have to double check, but one of you guys was carrying the live stream because there was no one around and there was only one person. Animated Alex, do you think John will go to The Walking Dead? There's a possibility that all of them can go to The Walking Dead. It's just a matter of what they want to do with Fear. If their whole plan is to end Fear, then yeah, it would basically be all characters. But specifically talking about John, I think at this point it's better leaving John where he is. If you want to give Fear, or if you want to move Fear somewhere else, if you want to have Fear not just be over, you know what I mean? If you have some storylines for Fear the Walking Dead, John is definitely a character that you want to keep around. You don't want to just push him to The Walking Dead and call it a day. Animated Alex, Animated Alex, there's a season 5 though. Yeah, exactly. So, because of that, I think Fear is not done. They're gonna maybe shift things around, maybe do some of the crossovers that you guys are saying, John, whatever, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're gonna permanently move any Fear the Walking Dead character to The Walking Dead. I just don't think that makes sense, first of all, and that's what they have planned. I think that they're planning to do something a bit different. But I do believe there's going to be crossing over. But I don't think anyone, John specifically even, will be joining The Walking Dead. If anything, he'll make a cameo. He'll cross over and then come back, much like Morgan. Morgan, at this point, it seems like he's going back, right? So I think it'll be a similar thing. I don't think we're going to see a complete move from one of the characters from one show to the other. Morgan, like I said, it was much longer, but it's still more or less a cameo kind of thing. Because it seems like he is going back. And he didn't have any very significant story in Fear the Walking Dead, or he hasn't had one yet. One that's significant and means something. So let's say right now, if you move Morgan away from the story, most of the stuff that happened this season would have happened anyway. Maybe a few things would have been a little bit different here and there, but overall, the storyline would have been the same. Morgan hasn't done anything significant or anything that justifies him coming to Fear in the first place, if you know what I mean. While we're waiting for more people to join, just one thing I quickly wanted to... What happened? One thing I quickly wanted to show you guys is... Or, not show you guys, but talk about is not only the new casting for The Walking Dead, in terms of the Whispers and the 3 main Whispers we're going to see, but also about more or less some hints that Rick, or not hints, but some indications that Rick is not going to be there for the Whispers story arc, which sucks, because think about it. Rick, at this point, will probably not be in The Walking Dead. It's the second half, and he left, if we're to believe what he says, in the first half. That's going to be his last half, basically, last season. So, then, if we're looking at when they did the casting, they just did the casting, right? For both Lydia and Beta. Alpha was a couple months back for Alpha, but the casting for Alpha was a couple months back, or a couple weeks back, but most of these are recent. Most likely, none of them are going to actually appear in the first half. They're going to be in the second half, which leaves the question, will Rick have any part in the Whisperer's story arc, or will they change that completely? Again, I am doing a standalone video on that, and, talking about it really in detail, but, I mean, things are not looking good, because it seems like they're gonna have to be remixing a load of material just because Rick is not there. The interaction between Rick and Alpha will not happen. How do I say this? The story, or the Whisperer's storyline in terms of how they're introduced, not what we saw in the trailer, but how they're actually going to leave their mark, or show us how dangerous they are. If you're a comic reader, you know what I mean. That will have to change. If Rick is not there to see that, to witness that, then it's not going to have the same impact. So they're going to have to remix the story in a way to make that work. And no, I do not think Rick is going to be one of the people that we're going to see. Not saying more, but you know what I mean, for comic readers. I don't think he's going to be in the line. But I don't think Rick is going to be there for that story at all. I think, if anything, he's going to be there for the first part of it, but not enough to be to be interacting with any of the main characters, like Alpha, Beta, or Lydia even. Animated Alex. Morgan and Carol are so overpowered. Which is why they never interacted with Negan. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point. Morgan somewhat did, but not Carol, which is interesting. Actually, Morgan didn't. I don't think Morgan did. But yeah, you're right. That would have been an interesting storyline for them to really explore. Giuseppe De Rosa, hey Ash, hey, how are you? Glad you could join. But yeah, for those of you that are just watching, stay tuned for a video later tonight or tomorrow about the whole casting for Alpha, Beta, and Lydia, and my full thoughts about that. It's probably going to be a long video. It's not going to be a short one. And I will be answering questions about it if there's any questions in the live stream, but I'll be giving my full thoughts in an after video that I will do after this live stream later tonight. I missed a question from Animated Alex. Going back to that, do you think we could see our characters invent their own weapons? I think we kind of see that with Rick already. His new weapon for Season 9, it's a new weapon that he created. So we might see more of that, yes. I do think that the more time passes and the more scarce they are in terms, or the more they don't, or the more we move towards a point where they can't use weapons anymore, let's just say that, the more we're going to see them using weapons like the type of weapon Rick is using in Season 9, and maybe similar types of weapons. So I do believe we're going to see more and more weapons like that, yes. Giuseppe De Rosa just came to make a quick cameo just to say hi. Thank you. Glad you could come and say hi. Animated Alex, you skipped another question. Yeah, I answered that, I think. Giuseppe De Rosa, but before I leave, I'll ask one question. And then your question is, will Carol survive to the end? I think so. With specifically Season 9, with with Rick, Maggie, possibly Michonne leaving in Season 9 and 10, I think it will be the worst decision they can make to kill off Carol or have her leave. So I think she's safe. Or I hope really much, or I really, really hope that they don't kill her off. Animated Alex, do you think we will see Walker Rick? We could. Depends what they want to do with his end of story, or to the end of his story, and how they want to make his death impactful. They could do it, yeah, for sure. Do I want to see it? I'm split 50-50 on that. I mean, it would be pretty cool to see it, but at the same time, it's almost like if his death is going to end up with him being a walker, it's too cliche, it's too expected, it's too predictable, I think. So, if they want to surprise us, they got to do something a little different. If they want to make it have an impact and be emotional, yeah, they could go with that route. Giuseppe De Rosa, have a great day, Ash. Left a like. Thank you. I appreciate it. No more questions yet. There's 3 people watching. I don't know who the other 2 are. I think one is still Animated Alex. I don't know whether Giuseppe De Rosa is still with us, but there's someone else watching, but they're just observing at this point right now, which is all right, which is okay. Animated Alex is still here. That's good. Oh, there we go. We are about 19 minutes in. It's been a slow Q&A, that's okay, but we will get that from time to time. Let me actually do something, maybe it will change something. Let me see. Just gonna move this way so you see me still. Actually, let's do this because I gotta lean forward. So what I'll do is I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Let me just quickly post something on the Facebook page of the channel, and maybe they'll get people from, or people who like the Facebook page. Maybe it'll get them to come watch as well and hopefully join us. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Animated Alex, do you think Negan will escape? Yes and no. I don't think it's going to be the same escape as we saw in the comics. I think they're going to remix that a little bit. Mainly because Rick is not there for that escape to make sense or work. So I think Negan is still going to escape, but it's going to have a different outcome. It's going to have a different, unfortunately, it's going to have a different outcome. It's going to have a somewhat different, or it's going to, there's going to be a somewhat different reason for his escape than what we saw in the comics, I think. But yeah, just to go back to that question, yes, I do believe he will escape, but I think it's going to happen under different circumstances and it's going to have a different outcome. We are 25 minutes in. We'll go for 5 more minutes because I don't see anyone else joining and it's getting kind of, it's dying down a little bit in terms of questions. So let's go for 5 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A and we'll see where we are after that, but that'll probably be the end of the stream. And it'll actually leave me some, or give me some time to work on that video that I was talking about as well. So it'll work out anyway. But yeah, we'll see where we are in terms of questions and people watching on the stream at that point. But we might need to cut Q&As a little bit shorter the next couple weeks if there's going to be not a lot of activity. We might change the day a little bit, see what happens. We might move it to Saturday, but for now, we'll just leave it as Fridays. But we'll see what happens after. Also, for those of you that might be interested, I might do a reaction today as well to a single, I guess, that was dropped by Eminem today. It's called Kamikaze, I think. So I will be listening to it because I haven't heard it and reacting to it. For those of you that might be interested, that'll be up later today, tonight, I guess, or tomorrow. Again, I want to get that other video out of the way with The Walking Dead casting information and news and my thoughts on that. And then after that, I'll move into that reaction. But I will be posting that, so stay tuned. And for those of you that enjoy the reaction videos, if you post, not post, but if you comment and put suggestions on things that you want me to watch and react to, definitely leave that in the comment section as well. I'll bring it up in the next couple of streams as well. But yeah, if there's anything you want me to react to, definitely let me know, because at this point, I don't know what to react to. So you guys can tell me what you want me to react to, and then that might work out, because that way I'm doing videos that you might actually enjoy rather than me just reacting to stuff. Alright, we are 29 minutes in and no more questions yet. And Animated Alex, I think, is the only one that's on the stream right now. But thank you to Animated Alex for asking questions and keeping the stream going. And also to Giuseppe De Rosa for making an appearance. Cameo, like he said. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next Friday night for the next live stream. Stay tuned for my reaction to Fear and Walking Dead, of course, on Sunday. A video later tonight or tomorrow about casting information for Season 9 with Alpha, Beta, and Lydia being cast for Season 9. I'll share my thoughts on that. Stay tuned. And also stay tuned for a reaction video to the latest Eminem single that dropped today called Kamikaze. I'll see you guys next week.